Have you ever heard about a treasure hunt that's worth, well, potentially millions of dollars? A hunt hidden inside the code of Bitcoin itself? Well, today, we're going to dive into a legendary digital challenge that has fascinated crypto fans for years. And we're going to look at a really cool new tool that lets you join in on the fun. So let's start with a big question. What exactly are these legendary 32 Bitcoin puzzles? For a lot of people in the crypto world, they're basically the stuff of legend. We're talking about a series of cryptographic brain teasers, where each one was designed to hold a real Bitcoin prize. It's a fascinating mystery, so let's peel back some layers. You know, these puzzles are a really iconic piece of Bitcoin history. And while a lot of them have been cracked by some absolutely brilliant minds over the years, some prizes are still out there, just waiting. And that's what fuels this digital treasure hunt that's still going on today. But, okay, how would you even start to tackle a challenge this complex? That is where the Bitcoin KeyHunt app comes into play. It's this fun, grid-based tool that's designed to let you explore these classic puzzles right from your own device. And really, you shouldn't just think of it as an app. It's more like a digital detective's toolkit. It's your companion if you're someone who wants to get your hands dirty with a real, tangible piece of crypto history. Getting started is actually super straightforward. First, you just pick which puzzle you want to investigate. Then, you start toggling these individual bits on a grid. Think of them like tiny digital switches to build what could be a private key. After that, you can analyze it for patterns. And then finally, you check your key status right on the blockchain. It's a simple, direct, and honestly, a pretty powerful workflow. All right, so what's actually inside this digital toolkit? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the core features that are specifically designed to help you with your investigation. Okay, the real power of this app is in its fundamentals. You get this intuitive bit grid for that hands-on exploration. You get instant on-chain checks to see if a puzzle has already been solved. And you get tools for some really deep pattern analysis. It's all wrapped up in a clean, simple interface with a super important local-first design, which means complete privacy for you. And hey, if you're a more dedicated puzzle solver, the advanced V2 features unlock a whole new level. Step Search literally lets you work on a puzzle while you're on the go. There's a range slider that lets you make these highly targeted attempts. And Auto Run, well, that completely automates the search process for you. These are some serious tools for the serious digital treasure hunter. So how do you get access to all these tools? Let's take a look at the different tiers and, just as important, the app's really strong built-in commitment to your privacy. The structure here is pretty simple, and it's designed for different levels of interest. The free tier? That's perfect for anyone who's just curious and wants to poke around a bit. The plus tier is for the dedicated enthusiast, and it unlocks unlimited checks. And then you've got the premium tier, which gives power users access to that full suite of advanced, automated tools. And this right here is the promise that I think really sets this app apart. No server, no ads, no subscriptions, and absolutely no tracking. You pay once for a tier, and you own it forever. You know, in a world where our user data is often the real product, this privacy-first approach is a huge statement. And just to be clear, this isn't some empty marketing promise. It is literally built into the app's design. You don't need an account, so everything is stored locally, right there on your device. The app never, ever, ever uploads your potential private keys, and all the blockchain checks are made directly from your phone. Your hunt is truly your own. But before you start dreaming of digital gold, it is so crucial to understand what this app's real purpose is. So let's talk about managing expectations. The developer is very, very clear about this. This is a research and utility tool. So think of it more like a really powerful metal detector, not a treasure map with a giant X marking the spot. Its whole purpose is for analysis and exploration, not a guaranteed payday. In fact, the app's own description says it perfectly. It does not guarantee any on-chain outcomes or rewards. This is not some get-rich-quick scheme. It's a serious piece of software that was built for enthusiasts, for cryptography researchers, and for curious hobbyists. And honestly, that's really the whole point here. The value isn't in some guaranteed prize. It's in the intellectual thrill of the chase, right? The deep satisfaction you get from the analysis, and just the unique fun of taking part in a legendary digital hunt. Which brings us to a really fascinating final question. In a world that is so completely obsessed with the price of Bitcoin and digital assets, could it be that the real treasure was never the coin itself, but the intellectual thrill of the hunt all along? Now that's something worth thinking about.